Hey, Instagram peek out here in Singapore, and it is time for another one of my favorite ladies, Tammy Gibson, you guys, from California. And I first met her through Crown for Successes program. So she was actually issuing a Blog Star Challenge where a lot of my other friends actually got a chance to get to know her and flex their blog muscles. Hey, how are you? Thanks so much for joining me. And yeah, so as soon as she jumps on here, I'll be able to let you know who she is, where she is, how she is, and get her to tell her story a little bit about being a female entrepreneur, part of her journey, what led her to start her blog in the first place, and then teach other people how to do what she does so well.
Day. So
Yeah.
what day is it for you? Is it Thursday or
Um,
Friday?
it is Friday. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, girl.
No, it's all good. It's all
Sorry.
good. I'm usually no, don't be. I'm usually up. I have issues with time.
Apparently,
It's all
any hour of
good.
the day.
So I was just telling everybody, you're actually out in California, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I am
And
in.
I met you through the Crown of Success RVP journey. A lot of us were out there together. So I didn't know very much about you. I didn't get a chance to really get to know you back then. But since then, I've been able to follow you for a while. And I know you issued a blog star challenge to help everybody kind of get their mind wrapped around how to blog, what they should be looking for. So I'm just curious, how did you get started in your business just in general?
Yeah, so when I had my kids, I became a stay-at-home mom when I had my
Very
first son.
cool.
And, you know, part of the journey was trying to figure out who I was as a mom. And so we
Yes.
went to all little play groups,
Hmm.
and it was really high anxiety for my son. It was just too much commotion. He didn't handle
Okay.
it well. I didn't love it either. I just didn't
Yeah.
connect with the moms the way,
Okay.
I was hoping to. And so that led me down this path of discovering that I needed to do something for myself. And so
Right.
I started a business, and it was actually a retail website.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, about mom fashion, about cool mom fashion.
Good.
And
Okay. Yes, we need that.
yeah, as I was pregnant, there was nothing cool at the time. There's so much better fashion now for pregnant women, but at the time there really wasn't. So this was 17 years ago. So when I started the business, I started with the intention of remain who you are, be who you are. Just because you're
Right.
pregnant or a brand new mom doesn't mean you have to change your look. You don't have to change your style. You don't have to change your activities, right?
Right.
So I got that courage from another friend who started a business as well. So we kind of worked through this process together. She kind of guided me because she had been in it longer. And about 2 years into it, blogging became a thing. And
Okay.
it was kind
You
of
were ahead of us.
yeah, it was kind of a way to market your business, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So I started blogging for the retail site, and I just fell in love with it. Like, I
Nice.
absolutely loved it.
Okay.
And it was along the same terms of, keeping up with your appearances and don't let yourself go and self-confidence and all that stuff as a new mom.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up selling the retail website because I didn't love it. I didn't love that side of business. I
Okay.
did a lot of drop shipping, so I was kind of in between. I was the middleman. A customer would buy from me. I would order from the company. The company would send it to my customer. And I had no control over the shipping, and it drove me crazy.
I
So
can
it just
imagine.
wasn't a model for me.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I love blogging. I'm going to start a blog. So I did. I started a mom in red high heels, and I have been on that now for over 12 years,
Wow.
blogging about empowerment for moms, for women. It's kind of evolved over time. It started more with the stay-at-home mom, and then because I met more women who were doing businesses from home and it became more of a thing, it's kind of shifted now more geared toward the mom that works from home. So
Very cool.
that's my journey into blogging. I've been doing it for 12 years. So I kind of, know a lot. I've been through a lot. I've been through the start of social media to where it is now. You know, it's very different to market your business now than it was when I started. So
I can only imagine. Like everyone's posting 10-year challenges. Could you imagine what that would look like? Like marketing 10 years ago
right?
versus marketing now.
Yes, that's
It's very
actually, you
different.
can totally do that. Then
So I'm
versus
actually really curious. I struggle on a daily basis to put up content. You've been doing this for 12 years. How do you stay inspired to post something new? I
yeah.
mean, it may not be new, but like how do you content curate at that point, like at your level, because you've been in this 12 years now?
Yeah, it can be hard, honestly. Um, with the blog itself, I
Hmm.
get a lot of products to review and that kind of thing. And it's
Oh, cool.
skincare products seem to be the thing that's easiest for companies to send. I don't know. Makeup's
Okay,
more fun, clothes are more fun, but they send the skincare.
absolutely.
So how many ways can you review skincare, right? So it gets a little
True.
mundane. And you know, at certain points, I've just had to say, no, I'm not available to review these things. And then, you know, the content has shifted also
Okay.
from when I started, which was, you know, tell me about the product, tell me what it does, tell me how to
Hmm.
use it. Whereas now we know content is so much more about your own personal story. So,
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
that changes. So you start to incorporate more of your story into the content and how it affects you personally or people that you know that have used it, that type of thing. So just looking for different angles is just how you keep it
That's what
fresh.
I was going to say. Like, I mean, the information has been there forever. It's just a matter of, okay, well, what spin are you going to put it on, or how did it affect you today that you could like relate to
Mhm.
your audience. So that's, man, when I get to your level, I'll be like, wow, okay, I really made it. It's 12 years. That's amazing. Wow. And the fact that you've been able to keep your dream of staying at home with your kids, to be
Yeah.
around for them, that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? I mean, I think if you look back a while where our grandparents maybe were the ones, the grandmothers who stayed home with the kids, where
Hmm.
the grandfather went to work, and they were able to do a lot with a whole lot less, but be there for their kids emotionally to teach them every step of the way all of the skills that they would need for life after school. Whereas now it's like both parents work, we maybe see them at a meal, maybe at a mealtime. Otherwise, you're running in and out of the house at odd times and you see each other in passing. So lots has changed. And for you to be able to sustain being at home with your kids, I think that's amazing. Most moms don't think it's their dream until they have the kid. And then they
Yeah.
don't want to put them in daycare and they don't want to leave them with anyone else. And that's definitely what I did not want to do. But, we had to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You do what you have to do. And I think that's why you know, the online world has brought us so many opportunities as women because we can work from home. Now, we're
Right.
still working, we're putting in a ton of hours. It's just that we have that flexibility to do it when they're at school or when they're in bed
Yes.
or
Oh my gosh. When they're at school, it's amazing. When they're asleep, it's amazing. You have
I
so
know
much time.
it's
Which
so
is
much
why I'm
fun.
up at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
So,
curious, how do you stay motivated on a daily basis? Not just writing or curating, just for you in general, because as most of us know, there's no handbook for being a parent.
mhm,
As they go through the different various cycles in their lives, we have a different side of them that we have to manage and a different side of us that we have to kind of evolve and keep up with. So how do
yeah.
you manage that on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, it can be hard, but you know, every day is different. So I
Right.
think that that's the motivator. You know, my kids play sports. My son's in Boy Scouts. My
Awesome.
daughter's in vocal. My son is in drums. We are always on the go. So, you know, they're older now. They're 17 and 14. So they're at school during the day. And
Right.
I actually, that's my work time now.
Yeah.
So that's evolved. That's changed up, but you know, in the evening we go nonstop, and so there's
Hmm.
always something new to do, a new school to go play basketball at, or you know, a new section of Southern California we haven't been to
Oh,
before.
cool.
So I just think that if you can enjoy the little moments, the little things, you know, sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, oh great, I gotta go drive again because I'm always driving my kids everywhere,
You're
right?
going around. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely understand that.
That can
So,
get a little.
right. So January so far, how have you felt about this year? I mean, versus last year. I think for me, last year was definitely one of those trial periods. I definitely had to push myself a whole lot more. I found myself growing faster than I wanted to. You know how you kind of just, hit the ground running sometimes and you don't get a
Yeah.
chance to kind of think about it until way after the fact. So last year versus this year, what do you think? The mood of the year, does it seem a little bit different from this time last year?
Um, Definitely different. I started towards the end of 2017. I started, coaching women on content marketing, blogging, emails, social media.
Right.
And so the beginning of last year, 2018, I was just kind of taking off and it was new and it was exciting. I was trying this, trying that,
Yeah.
just really trying to feel what the need was and how I could fit into that and fulfill that for the women. This year, I kind of feel like, okay, I have my foundation. I know what I'm doing. I have my programs already established. I don't need to do that content creation. And I'm
Right.
super excited about working more one-on-one with women because I just love getting on the phone with them and celebrating their wins with them and walking them through things that they think are impossible, but then they get it. And,
Right.
super exciting for me. On the business level. On the personal level, my son is graduating high school this year, so that's a really big
Yay,
deal.
congratulations. Yes, that is a huge deal. Has he have any idea about where he wants to go?
Yeah, he's actually going to sign with a college on next week, Thursday.
Awesome.
It's a local college, so he'll still
Okay, I
be
was going to ask that too. Are you going to be close by?
yeah, he is.
Okay.
So that part of it's not going to change, but yeah, we're really excited for him and his future. And as daunting and scary as it is for him, I know it's going to be a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. And I remember looking back at college, it was like that was where I had a chance to grow up a little bit because I come from an Asian family as a female Asian as well. Like there's so many things you're not allowed to do, growing up. So when I got to college, it's like my mom isn't around now and I kind of got to fend for myself. Like what am I, how do I test these boundaries and see what I
Right.
can, how I can basically manage myself. But that was a major learning curve for me. So I'm excited for you, for him, um,
Yeah. Thank
because
you.
it's kind of like a rite of passage. I don't know how people would manage if they didn't go away to college. Like in Singapore, they all live in the house and just commute to college. They don't stay on campus, so it's still like nothing has changed. They maybe
Right.
work a little bit on the side just to get some extra money, but nothing changes. They don't get to learn how to fend for themselves. They don't get to appreciate when they come home and there's a laundry facility and a mom that takes care of all
Yeah.
those. They don't appreciate all those things. So
Right.
that's definitely one of those things that I really did appreciate, having to go away and kind of figure out all those things for myself.
Yeah, you grow up a lot.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
It's something that they don't really, emphasize. It's a real life school section of your life.
Yeah, definitely is.
So, out of 2018, maybe what was your biggest takeaway?
You can't make someone do something even though you know it's the best thing for them. A woman who comes to me for coaching or for a program, she
Right.
buys into my programs. I can't do it for her. She has to want it for herself. And I think that was the biggest lesson for me coming into it. Was like, she joined, she's going to start a blog, she's going to be fabulous, and
Hmm.
then a month or two later you just like never hear from that person again, and it's sad. It breaks my heart because
You invest time. Yeah.
well, I mean, not even on my end, it's just like I want it so badly for them because they
Right.
had a glimmer of hope, they had a glimmer of the possibility, and then they lost it because life got in the way.
Right.
uh, and I just really desire that for women because I feel like, just like we talked about that freedom of being home
Hmm.
and scheduling around your family and around your life. That's what business should be. It should fit your life, not your life fitting your business.
Exactly. There's so many other things that you can't really control, and this is
Yeah.
is meant to be a flexible solution
Yeah.
for income. So yeah, I totally get it. When you coach these women, is it more along the lines of building confidence or helping them curate and market themselves already? Like the type of client that you are looking for, are they people who are already kind of established, looking to get to the next level, or do you also cater towards like beginner people who are have just decided, okay, I want to do something different. How do I go about doing that?
Yeah. So both. My Blog Star Challenge is for people who are just brand new, like they know they
Okay.
want to start a blog and how do I get started? What do I do? It dives more into you know, just like when you set up a business, you need to know who you're talking to. You need to know what you're talking about. You kind of have to understand what your branding is, that type of thing. So walks them through that. And then my project blog program is more, you already have a blog established and
Okay.
sorry, there we go.
Hello?
Had a call coming in.
Yep. Okay, I see.
And it's more like someone who already has a blog now, what do we do with it? How do we market it? How do we get the traffic there? How do we make money? That type of thing. And also, I really, really have found that I love working with women who are coaches.
Nice.
Yeah, they just have their heart centered. They have a heart for helping other women. And I really admire that and enjoy working with women like that. So I feel like blogging, content marketing is so important for these women to get themselves out there, not only in front of other people so that they're searchable, but also in front of the search engines, you know?
Yes, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
So much has changed. It used to be AdWords and all this stuff, and now what I'm finding is it's a lot of intent marketing. So if you know what your target audience is, and you can maybe find a couple of topics that are related to your topic and write about those a little bit as well, it makes you easier to find. And where people were saying blogs are kind of dead, they're coming back in that regard. It's almost like you need all of those articles to be able to pull people towards you. So not only audio, not only video, blogs are coming back. You need to be able to, you know, put some words together and see if people can't find you that way as well.
Yeah, and then you just have this content that shows how you teach and who you are and what your knowledge is. And you know, not everybody watches videos. Not everybody has the time to sit there for 10 minutes, but you can sit there for 2 to 5 minutes and scan a blog article real quick, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, you got to kind of put it all out there. You tend to do one thing more than another. You know, you're either podcasting, blogging, or blogging, you know, the written word. But I am so huge on the fact that you have to have your own website. Like, it's so important.
It is. It's almost like that's where everything should kind of come together, wherever, you know, let's say you do have a podcast, and then you do have a YouTube channel, and then you do have your blog, but everything should have like a center, like a home, basically. And that's where I kind of feel like that's where your website kind of fits in, right?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. You have to have a space so people can find you. And then if they're on Instagram, they can follow you there. Or if they prefer to watch video, they can follow you to YouTube, that kind of thing. But yeah, super important, because, you know, Instagram really changed the way business is done. Social media has changed.
Yes, absolutely.
Influencers are suddenly making money. You don't need a website, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we're coming full circle. We're coming back to the fact that that's not sustainable.
Right. And it's almost like, how do I find the rest of you? This is one portion of you. You're on Instagram. But then, like you said, you know, if some people, I was a teacher in another life, I guess. But what I'm looking at is, how do people learn best? So you love to write. And in writing, I'm sure it reiterates whatever it is that you're learning as well when you write your blog posts. For me, I like to speak. I like to speak to people. So in that regard, I'm a little more, you know, face-to-face and a little auditory as well. So when you have all these little platforms, I think it reaches out to every one of those people out there that wants your content, but maybe doesn't consume it the same way everyone else does. So maybe some of them will listen to your podcast, and some of them will listen to your vlog, and some of them will actually sit down and read, because they would rather have a quiet place where they, you know, they set apart the time they want to sit down and read. So I like that you are encouraging them to do all of those little things, and to make sure that their website is centric to all of their their business dealings, so that people know where to find them. So I like that a lot. I really like that idea a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and search engines can find you.
Yes, absolutely.
On social media.
Unless you use the same hashtag over and over again, it's difficult.
Exactly.
So right now, you've already mentioned your Blog Star Challenge. That's most of the girls that actually went through the RVP program tried your Blog Star Challenge. I'm sorry, I haven't had the chance to do that yet, but that is also coming, because I'm fiddling with my website at the moment, so that'll be the next thing that I add in there. But also you mentioned the project blog offering that you have as well. Is there anything else that you actually really love about, like, you have favorites of your programs, right? Or things that you see that are a little more popular. Is there anything else that you want people to know that you offer as well?
Yeah, I have my Project Superfan program, which
Oh,
I
okay.
love. And this essentially is helping you, literally walking you through how to set up your email
Okay.
automation. Yeah, so
Oh, that sounds like that'd
right.
be so great. Yes.
It literally, like, it's done in MailChimp, so you do have to use
Okay.
MailChimp for it to be productive for
Perfect.
you.
But it's free,
But
so yes.
yeah, MailChimp is free. We love that, right? Up to
Hmm.
2,000 followers or subscribers. So it's super important. Okay, here's how the funnel goes. This is how it
Okay.
works. You meet people on social media, they get to know
Hmm.
you, they get to like you, but they don't get to see you all the time, right? Because of
Right.
the algorithm, just because of the sheer mass numbers
Hmm.
that are on social media. So what you have to do is you have to entice them to subscribe and
Of
get them
course.
on your email list, right? So you can
Yes.
have that personal contact with them in their inbox. That's the majority of people are not like you and I. The majority of people who are online are not entrepreneurs. They're not
No,
doing business,
they're just
right?
browsing.
Yeah. So their home online is their email, their
Yes.
inbox. So
Yeah.
we need to find a way to get into their inbox, and then we need to develop that relationship with them. And through those emails, they get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, and
Yes.
then they become your super fan and they start buying from you. Okay, that's
Yes,
our goal,
exactly. And
right?
that is one piece that's always missing. Like a lot of people will be able to say, okay, I know how to help you develop your webpage, and okay, I know how to get you to 10,000 followers. And they have their own niche, but this is something that I feel like is missing a little bit. Someone to handhold you through the email marketing, because that's really essential to make sure
It is.
that you attract attention and then retain attention. That's the hard part. I mean, people, they easily distracted. So for you to be able
Yes.
to build a relationship, I think that's so important. So I'm really
Yeah.
glad that you also offer that. Now, that particular program, how much does that run on average?
For the Project Superfan,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is that is 247.
Okay, very cool.
240.
And the length of time for the programs, is it like a work on your own because you've got the webinar set up for them to just go through, or do you actually wait for a certain period to start it so that everyone comes along in like a group? How does that particular program
So
work?
Project Superfan is do it on your own.
Okay.
It's I don't even honestly know how many lessons it is at this point, but it's all
Okay.
these videos and these actions that you take. So every single lesson you have an action to take before you start the next lesson.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it's all total self-study, but you can get a hold of me if you have questions, if you're stuck on something. I have had to coach women. There's some tech involved in setting up your automation, and the videos show you exactly how, but I'm finding that some women, they can't watch the video and apply it for whatever reason, the way their brain works, right? They need someone to literally talk them through. So
Right.
I offer coaching in that, as a
Okay,
complimentary,
as in like an add-on kind of thing.
as an add-on. Yes, thank
Okay.
you. So we can get on Skype. You show me your screen, I talk you
Right.
through it. It's super easy to do it that way. And then
Yes.
Project Blog, that is like a 6-week program,
Okay.
self-paced again, but we do have a support group on Facebook. So questions and chatting
Yes.
with
Okay.
other bloggers who are kind of going
Mm-hmm.
through it. I jump in there and do videos from time to time or lives just to see how people are doing. So that one has a little bit more support. And that one's
Very
for
cool.
and so that's a little bit more time invested, money invested, and you're going to get the outcome of learning how to make profits with your blog.
Of course. So out of all of that, I know that most people who did the Blog Star Challenge came away with rave reviews. That's your freebie, right? That's your
Yeah.
your easy opt-in. So people who are not familiar with the way you do things, that's the easiest way for you to find her online, Tammy Gibson online. And if you go and find her Blog Star Challenge, that's a free program that you can actually get your feet wet a little bit and find out how the coaching style is with Tammy, and get yourself started with a blog. So I really love that. I'm serious. Everyone I've spoken to was like, you know what? After the programs that we've tried, we got the information, but I didn't know what to do next. And then Tammy came along and offered her freebie, and I was able to walk away with an actual product. You have a blog now. It's just a matter of keeping it up and continually posting,
Right.
like finding content. So after that, it's more about you and your brand versus how do I start a blog. So you've done a couple already now, keep going from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. I like that.
Great feedback on it, so I'm very happy with that. And if anybody, like can't find it or whatever, they can drop me a DM and I can send them
Yes,
the link.
absolutely. And once I'm actually done with this live, I'm actually going to repost it on Facebook and then on YouTube as well. So for those of you who are just joining us, thank you so much for joining. Tammy Gibson online. She's based in California, but she does a lot of work online for blogs, content curation, and then just helping women kind of find their way to live the kind of lifestyle, flexible lifestyle that they're looking for anyway. So, because
Yeah.
she's done it. She's done it for like 12 years. She's sustainable here. So she knows what she's talking about. I'm really excited that you were able to get on here. Very quickly, are you more active on Instagram or Facebook, would you say? Where's the best place to find you like more often, I guess?
Probably Instagram, I post more and I interact more, but on
Okay.
Facebook, I do have a Facebook group called
Mm-hmm.
Digitally Savvy Female Entrepreneurs.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so it's free to join. You just have to request to get in. We just
Yep.
want to make sure we keep it female. Had a few guys request who were like, do you see the name? But let me tell you real quick what we're doing over there.
Please.
We're right in the middle of a 6-week movement called the Healthy Entrepreneur Movement.
Okay.
And I just really felt the need to get this information out there. This is not about losing weight. This is not about exercise regimen or diet or anything like that. It's simply changing some of our habits so that we don't get sick and we don't have pain. Because when we work online so much and we're sitting or we're on the phones and our neck is down and we have this whole gamut of problems that can start to happen over time. So I have a group of fabulous entrepreneurs. They're all entrepreneurs who are walking us through different things like stress and gut health and stretches at your desk that you can do at your desk, reminding yourself little breaks. And it's just been fabulous. So, free to join us.
Nice. So if anyone out there is like looking for, more information, some support when it comes to living a healthier, a happier lifestyle. So if you were to look up digital savvy entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs. So digitally savvy female entrepreneurs on Facebook. Go ahead and hit the request to join button, and it's free to join. You just have to request. So just put your head out there and check it out. But in the meantime, you do have programs that you're offering. You have lots of content here on Instagram. Is there anything else that you're rolling out or working on this year that you might want to share with the audience tonight?
Probably, I'm really going to be focusing on working one-on-one with women. I just feel like in the beginning processes, when they're starting something new, they really appreciate that hand-holding of knowing exactly what to do. Personally, for myself, I've found I am most productive. I make the most income when I'm working with a coach one-on-one.
Because then it's streamlined for you.
Yeah, exactly. Getting that attention, getting exactly what you need, the help that you need, the steps that you need. So I found great success for myself in working with coaches, and so I'm excited to put that out there and work with other women.
Wow, it sounds like you're offering a lot, but I mean, the fact that I'm just blown away, to be very honest. You've done this for 12 years and it's sustainable. You're doing it. I mean, your kid is about to graduate from high school and I don't know, you seem happy and laid back and you've got it all sorted out, it looks like. So I'm glad because for you to be able to offer it to other people because you've been through it gives that much more clout to what you're saying. And it's just a matter of finding the right fit then, between client and coach.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys. So you know where to find her. Tammy Gibson online on Instagram. Look it up on Facebook if you're looking for her group. It is Digitally Savvy Female Entrepreneurs. But more than that, I mean, if you really want to find her, just go to her profile here on Instagram, and you'll be able to find her link to her website itself. So that'll be everything else. Her hub, so you can find all the places that she's offering content, because you offer a lot of free content, not just paid programs, but free content as well. So that's really great.
Yeah,
it's so exciting.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so sorry it took so long to do this, but I'm so glad that we finally got on together. So yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Get some sleep.
I will. I promise. I will at some point. That'll be one of those healthy things I do at some point.
Exactly.
Well, you take care. Thank you so much for joining, and I will post this shortly, but thank you everybody else for joining us as well, and I will catch you again soon with another fabulous person who's actually doing the work that you're dreaming about doing, so you have some courage and encouragement to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.